And they probably had to do like stuff like this for like to survive under rates here.
If he's been like that for 7
years, then
he must
have to be surviving for like ages.
I mean, the mother probably used to give herself up until the daughter got too old. Yeah, I'm tired of this.
It's like, I've done my bit. It's your turn now. My butler is black.
Oh,
my butler is blue.
What year were you born? 19... You got me feeling.
Unorthodox reaction.
Wait, that's
Unorthodox intro. Thank you, man.
Go on then. What is it? Blues.
Yeah, blues.
Come on.
I got the blues.
Okay. Let's get into it. They don't know what we're talking about. Sorry, guys. He was just, you heard him. We're back again.
Just in the mood for blues,
Exactly. We're back again with another. We're back again with another Unorthodox reactions. Thanks for checking in with us.
Intro.
Exactly. This time we are reacting to.
We're watching Story Recapped. In a starving world, a mother offers a daughter to a man so they can eat.
So basically, guys,
people hungry out here. You gotta eat.
There's movie recap, story recap, and guys, if you don't know them, just watch a couple of them and you're gonna binge. I promise you, like movies you didn't think you would watch, you just end up watching the recap of it because it just saves you hours and so much money watching movies. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
let's get into it. Why?
Because they didn't know to know that. Without further ado.
No, because when you say your nonsense, they get to know.
Well, now you're just ruining my edits, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. So
without further ado, let's get right into it.
Nah. You can't do that.
I can and I will.
Recapped. Today, I'm going to explain a drama, sci-fi, and thriller film called The...
So, why does he sound like he's deliberately trying to make his voice deep?
Survivalist. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. With resources running low, the world population has taken a nosedive. The survivalist buries a dead body in the woods, then resets a hidden bear trap. He returns to his cabin and locks the door and windows. He opens a Bible and stares at a page before ripping it and lighting it on fire. He uses the pages to start a fire on the fireplace, where he burns personal letters and photos, but spares one photo of a woman. After cleaning himself and eating breakfast the next day, the survivalist heads to the woods with a gun. He harvests mushrooms and plants crops outside his cabin. He continues his routine for weeks, leading to a self-sustaining life by farming and cleaning after himself, all the while watching out for intruders. However, his mind seems troubled with dreams and delusions of someone's hand on his shoulder when no one's around. He plays a harmonica and pleasures himself while staring at a photo he saved to cope with the loneliness.
This is gonna be a weird photo.
No, it was just a photo of his ex or something.
Inside the cabin, he immediately grabs his gun and checks outside, using a mirror to prevent getting exposed. When he sees two women standing on his farm, he opens a door and holds them at gunpoint. The older woman introduces herself as Catherine, while the younger woman is her daughter, Milia. Catherine offers him jewelry in exchange for some of his crops, but the survivalist refuses. Catherine then offers seeds to add to his farm, piquing his interest. The survivalist checks the seed's quality, then rejects him when he's not satisfied. As a last resort, Catherine offers him her daughter for the night. Tempted, the survivalist lets them in, still holding them at gunpoint. He takes their bags and frisks them, still seeing them as threats. At Milia's insistence to be fed first, he cooks some soup while they share information. The mother and daughter have been traveling alone.
Think about the power.
Bro, this is mad.
Yeah, no, bro. It
grabs this is
you.
crazy.
I promise you, it grabs you. I've binge watched. But think about it, like, how crazy it is that he only considered letting him in when he thought about having sex with the kid.
Yeah, because it's probably been a long
time. Yeah, that's what I mean. But I'm like, that's crazy, man.
Because he's got everything else.
They baited him now. Like, if they've eaten, they can leave
food, he's got shelter,
they can leave
he's got
now.
everything.
They've eaten.
Yeah, but like he can still just kill them because they didn't hold up their end of the deal.
True.
And it's not like there's any police out here to like.
Yeah, true.
But to be fair, he can still kill them after he does it. So
it's a risk, isn't it?
Really up to them when they want to leave.
Well, the survivalists had been living in the cabin for 7 years.
I don't really think they can outrun him either.
His brother, but he died. After eating, he locks Catherine in the back room, but not before she asks him not to finish inside Milia. Now alone, Milia and the survivalist are dressed to spend
I feel like this isn't the first time they've done this.
The survivalist's bearded face. Milia reaches for the blade next to the sink, alarming the man. He pins her to the wall.
She's just trying to cut your
Explains that
beard,
she only
bruh.
wishes to shave him. To calm him, she lets him touch her chest. After their intimate activity, Milia goes inside.
Wait.
She lets him touch her
So after all
chest.
that, she still
After
doesn't
their
get to cut his
intimate
beard.
activity,
Yeah.
Milia goes inside the
After
back
the
room to
internet
be with her
activity.
mother. The next day, Catherine tells the survivalist that Milia likes him. She asks if he'd like to continue seeing Milia, but he chuckles at it. Catherine offers to help him manage the territory, but he rejects it since he has managed on his own so far. He tells them to leave, so they pack up. After Catherine exits, Milia stays and gently soaps the survivalist's beard. She then carefully approaches him with the blade to shave him. He aims his gun at her stomach while she shaves his beard. Convinced, the survivalist allows them to stay, using Milia for intimacy again.
This
before
seems
allowing
like
her
a
to sit
trap.
next to her mother, while they help him with using
This
He
Milia.
is
looks
definitely a
worse
trap.
without his beard.
I bet she regretted that, didn't she?
Yeah. But I'm just thinking, like,
This is
the
for
daughter
sure
must
a
be really
trap.
young, but at this point, no one cares. innit?
No, but like that's what I'm saying.
She
They
must be, like,
probably had to
17.
do like stuff like this for like
Yeah,
to survive
for
under
years, 'cause
here.
If he's been like that for 7
7 years, then
she must
they
have
have to be surviving for like ages.
I mean, the mother probably used to give herself up until the
But then
daughter
she
got
got
of
too
age.
old,
Yeah,
and
I'm
then-
tired of this.
It's like I've done my bit. It's your turn now.
But that's how you bait him, isn't it? That's how
Yeah,
you
but then
catch
it's
a
like
fish.
I feel like once he lets down his guard, because once they kill him, they have all his resources now,
They will-
and the daughter
Yeah,
doesn't have to keep doing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like,
Daughter doesn't look happy. when she
That's what I'm
walks out
saying.
as
For
well.
all you know, it
She
doesn't
shaves
seem like she's enjoying it.
Yeah, like watch her face when she leaves.
The survivalist
She doesn't
allows
ever
them
look
to
happy when she
stay,
walks out of the
using
room.
Milia for intimacy again before allowing her to
Like,
sit
look.
next to her mother. While they help him with the crops, Catherine's eyes linger at his gun when he leaves it on the ground. Milia and the survivalist hang out by the woods, allowing Catherine to search the cabin, but she only finds a family photo. While alone, Catherine and Milia plot on killing the survivalist.
I knew
One
it.
evening, Milia reaches for the
But
shotgun
he's
shells
smart.
from the
He's smart. He didn't
survivalist's
survive for
knife and
7
hides
years
them
for no
under the
reason.
pillow while
Let me stop talking over this. Sorry.
Sorry, wait.
evening, Milia reaches for the shotgun shells from the survivalist's pants and hides them under the pillow while in bed with him. The next day, Milia hands the ammunition to her mother. Milia walks away from the cabin to allow her mother to perform the act. Catherine prepares to hit the survivalist with a shovel to steal the gun, but he finds another man's footprint from the soil, alarming them. Milia, who'd been cleaning herself in the nearby stream, gets captured by a drifter. Enticed by the young woman, the man touches her. The survivalist and Catherine rush to the stream, but only find
Go get your
Milia's
girl, bro.
discarded boots. The survivalist tracks him down into a clearing. He checks his pocket but finds that his shells are missing, preventing him from loading his gun. Milia and the drifter are hidden amongst the tall grass just a few feet away from the survivalist. The drifter shoots.
You see how Karma gets you? She and her daughter are the ones who took his ammo away from him. And now look how Karma's got back to her.
Yeah.
Because he was being nice, yeah. Fair enough, he did it out of him getting his own
But
benefits
to
as well.
be fair,
Like, now her daughter's being raped and her daughter could get killed.
yeah.
And it's their because obviously, yeah, cool, he did what he did, yeah. But his agreement was one night. He didn't like.
No,
obviously, cool, like-
because technically they were the one that asked to stay. For
That's what I'm
longer, so-
saying. So like, and he was like, okay, cool, you can stay. But obviously, he was like, as long as I get mine. But it was a trade.
Yeah, well,
thing,
like
innit?
if he's not freaking just gonna be generous and be like,
Yeah, but
oh,
that's
I'm
what
not
saying,
getting
like,
anything
he's
out.
looking
so you
after
can
them. He's
stay.
giving them a benefit.
Yeah.
They could have died on their out, and they got greedy, and now the
Like,
daughter
yeah.
could die.
Because like literally, if they just been satisfied with it,
Yeah,
they could have
or
had a
they
normal.
spoke to him and just said, "Can we just help you out?" Like,
Yeah, no, he's not gonna do that.
But
he
you
has
never
no
know,
reason-
but
he's
you
already
never
got
know.
his nut, bro.
Yeah,
he has
yeah.
no reason to do that.
You're right.
He has no
But you
reason
never
to do
know,
that.
though, innit? Like they have to show their value
Yeah,
elsewhere. don't they?
elsewhere.
Like,
Like that could have been like the. It's kind of like a business ad.
you
That
bring
was
to
the
the
ad.
table?
That was the ad of like
Yeah.
drawing them in. That was the
Yeah,
sample. Now
exactly.
you gotta give them something else to
Exactly.
make
Now
them
you got
stay.
exactly.
Hits her in the stomach and drags Milia. He checks on the survivalist, aiming a knife to finish him off, but the survivalist quickly stabs him in the neck. Catherine and Milia take him back to the cabin and tend to his wound. Catherine instructs her daughter to sterilize the blade to pry the bullet and cauterize the wound before bandaging it. Once stable, the survivalist uses the drifter's gun to threaten them and lock them into the back door. On the next day, he frees them. Despite their efforts, the wound becomes infected. He tries to deal with it on his own, but is eventually forced to get Milia for help. While Milia cleans his wound, the survivalist falls asleep, allowing Milia to take the gun from him. She gives it to Catherine, who thinks they should let the survivalist die from the infection. Milia argues that the survivalist is helpful, though Catherine thinks their crops are not enough to feed 3 people. Still, Milia stresses that they need him too, since he's the one who saved her. With this, Catherine and Milia desperately attempt to nurse him back to health. They both use their body heat to keep him warm to get him through his fever. During this, the survivalist dreams about him and his brother running through the woods as they get chased, but he trips and begs his brother for help. The survivalist is eventually nursed back to health. In the following weeks, the 3 live in somber harmony as their crops continue to grow. One day, Catherine asks how the survivalist's brother died, and he explains that his brother was careless. Catherine notices that Milia becomes more willing to spend the night with the survivalist, even initiating intimacy with him. One evening, as the survivalist is gathering wood for the fire,
You know how tough that is?
Hey, like,
Oh!
saving someone's life really gets them going.
Oh, golly.
Milia becomes more willing to spend the night with the survivalist, even initiating intimacy with him. One evening, as the survivalist is gathering wood for the fire, he notices lights approaching. He rushes back to the cabin and secures it before quietly alerting Milia and Catherine. He instructs them to stay silently on the floor as a group attempts to break inside. The survivalists counted 6 people outside, with only 3 bullets in their possession. The trio has no choice but to wait it out. The next day, they find their farm ransacked. This greatly diminishes their food supply. As they slowly starve, Milia discovers that she may be pregnant. She secretly steals a wire and sterilizes it, hoping to terminate the pregnancy.
No!
However, she hesitates and decides not to do it. The next day, Catherine checks the trap she set with some of the remaining berries. The berries are gone, but there's no animal caught in the trap. Desperate, Catherine entertains the idea of eliminating the survivalist to allow her and her daughter to survive off the remaining food. Milia finally agrees, but wants to use poison mushrooms to do it. The mushrooms' effect will be slow, so they plan to leave the cabin and return after the survivalist dies. That night, Milia prepares.
See, it's lazy planning like this that makes people's plans fail. Why don't just kill him straight up and get it over with?
No, because they're 2 females. He can overpower them. He's not injured anymore.
Yeah, but like the poison could have easily, like the plan for the poison could easily just
The only reason
fail.
why she's agreeing is because she's pregnant now.
Yeah.
And how did they not think their crop was gonna get thing? Why didn't they
What was this? What was it supposed to do?
I don't know. I feel like they should have tried build a wall
The
around
humans,
it.
not freaking scared, like
No, they
not
should have
crows.
tried build a wall around it.
And
Oh yeah, then
with
they'll
what?
just jump over, innit? Yeah.
And with what?
Wood.
With what equipment? Like, because they have to chop down the wood, cut the wood up to build it.
Yeah.
I don't think he has an axe anyway. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Prepares the meal and puts the poison mushrooms in one of
Plus
the
then the
bowls.
sun won't be
The
able to come on
survivalist
it.
hesitates to eat the meal first, but does so after a while. The following morning, Catherine quietly opens the cabin door while the survivalist is asleep. She motions for Milia to leave with her, but Milia refuses. When the survivalist wakes up, Catherine tells him that they're leaving, but Milia still refuses to go with her. Suddenly, Catherine vomits in the sink. Milia
See?
admits to poisoning her mother instead of the
I don't know why I'm endorsing this, but
Why?
love.
The power bonus. I didn't even see that. The plate switch was too tough. Okay.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Catherine vomits in the sink. Milia admits
She probably got tired of traveling around with it, because like
Yeah,
obviously-
that's what I'm saying. She wants to
'cause initially,
settle
that's what I'm
down,
saying.
she
Like,
likes
from
him.
her point of view, or like from the start of it, the mother was the one that offered the daughter
Yeah,
to him.
yeah,
So
yeah.
she's probably been doing this even if she doesn't consent for ages.
But now she
And
likes
she's like,
the
okay, I
guy,
finally found someone that I liked. I'm not about to keep doing this and keep
and
traveling
now
with
she's
you.
pregnant as well.
Yeah.
This guy seems like he knows how to look after
How to look
himself.
after
7
someone.
years.
So,
She's like, he can look after the baby. Like,
yeah.
that's
to
crazy.
poisoning her mother instead of the survivalist. Accepting her daughter's decision, Catherine goes to the woods with the survivalist.
This feels
The
like George and
survivalist
Lenny's
loads his gun to
situation.
give her a quick death, but Catherine refuses to waste the ammunition. Instead, she tells him to use his knife to cut her wrist after she's finished with her cigarette. While she smokes, she imagines him digging her grave
This
and
is a
dragging her
trap.
lifeless body into it. The survivalist allows her to die in his arms before burying her.
Okay.
On his way back to the cabin, he hears the bear trap trigger. He finds 2 rabbits caught in his traps and brings them back. While preparing the rabbits, the survivalist tells Milia how he and his brother used to quietly raid camps. One night, however, his brother couldn't help himself upon seeing a girl. While taking advantage of her, the girl screamed, alerting the camp. They ran to the woods, but he tripped. When his brother came to help him, he sliced on the ankle, allowing him to get captured while the survivalist crawled away in the dark.
I don't blame him.
He did what?
So his brother was trying to like get the girl.
Go on.
And while they were running away, he tripped. The survivalist tripped. His brother came to try and help him. He sliced his brother's ankles so he couldn't run, and then he crawled away. So while they were getting him, he had the time to crawl away. But I don't blame him because his brother got them in this situation. So
That's tough though.
Screamed, alerting the camp. They ran to the woods, but he tripped. When his brother came to help him, he sliced on the ankle, allowing him to get captured while the survivalist crawled away in the dark. Just like Millia, he did what he had to do to survive. That evening, Millia quietly lets the survivalist know that she's pregnant. The survivalist copes with the news the next day while Millia mourns her mother by smelling her cigarette. One day, they harvest mushrooms together when the raiders return to their cabin. The raiders trigger one of the alarms, alerting the two of their presence. Millia quietly sneaks in the back of the house to retrieve their seeds while the raiders check the cabin. The raiders hear Millia from the back room, but she escapes through the roof before they get inside.
Okay,
the
cool.
raiders chase them into the woods, and the survivalist manages to shoot and kill one of them. Upon seeing a vision of his brother, the survivalist reveals to Millia that his brother's name was Augustus before telling her to run. He plays his harmonica to distract the raiders away from her. Millia comes across one of the raiders and fires her last
is that
bullet
gonna be his
but
brother?
misses. Instead, she carefully backs away, luring him into a bear trap. The survivalist fires his last bullet, just before getting shot with a crossbow. Later that day, the raiders prepare the survivalist's body next to a fire pit. They burn down the
They're
cabin
gonna
in
eat
the
it?
evening. Alone, Millia survives in the woods for several months while her belly grows. One day, she finally finds a concrete road with a guard post. She sees that they're guarding a fenced compound with few people farming the land. She surrenders her weapon and bag to one of the guards who takes them inside. The group will take a vote if she can join them. Millia sees a child inside, giving her hope. A guard asks what she'll name her baby. Millia lingers on the idea of a name.
His brother.
If the baby is a boy.
Subscribe to watch more videos.
Dang.
Crazy story, man.
So he didn't even get to live to like see his.
but
look
that was
after
the whole
them or
point because
anything.
like he had to sacrifice his brother to survive.
Yeah.
And now he's got a child, and
He's sacrificing himself
Yeah,
to let
exactly.
his child survive. That's
Exactly.
tough. I
That's
like
crazy,
that.
That's a movie we'll never watch.
Yeah, I wouldn't sit through all that hours. Are you crazy?
But we've watched it in
Like
10
a
minutes.
10-minute explanation. Yeah, I prefer that way
Hey,
better.
way better. That movie was good.
That was a great movie.
It
It was a
good.
great movie.
Oh,
No, sorry, it
it
was a great
movie in
recap.
10 minutes,
Yeah, in
yeah.
10 minutes.
But it's a.
If I watched the
decent
whole movie,
it's a decent movie.
it's probably it's alright movie.
Because a lot of it's just gonna be him walking around in his
Yeah,
cabin.
and them friggin' awkwardly staring at each
Exactly,
other
awkwardly having
and
sex
tiptoeing
as well,
around each other.
Anyways, guys, that's been another Unorthodox reaction.
Cold.
If you're still here with us, we appreciate you. If
Yep.
you're no longer watching, we still appreciate
Of
you.
course.
Thank you for checking in with us.
Like,
Make sure you look up
comment,
your loved ones and
subscribe, notification bell, all the good stuff, and don't forget comment, reaction, suggestions below. And we'll see you in the next one
Let us know if we should keep watching this. Peace.
in a bit.